5 forgotten skills from your youth that can save your life after 80. Hey there, my wise friends. Welcome back to the channel. We're all about living healthier, happier, and wiser as we embrace our golden years. I'm your name, and today I've got something special for you. Have you ever thought about the skills you picked up as a kid? Those little things you learned while riding bikes, exploring the neighborhood, or just goofing around with friends. Those skills might feel like distant memories. But let me tell you, some of them could be absolute lifesavers when you're well into your 80s and beyond. In this video, we're diving into 5 forgotten skills from your youth that can save your life after 80. These aren't just random tips. They're practical, time-tested abilities that can keep you sharp, safe, and thriving as you age. Whether you're in your 50s, 60s, or already enjoying your 80s, this is for you. So grab a cup of coffee, settle in, and let's take a trip down memory lane to rediscover some wisdom from our younger days. And if you find this helpful, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell so you never miss a video. Let's get started. Skill number 1, listening to your gut instinct. Remember when you were a kid and you just knew something wasn't right? Maybe it was a shady shortcut through the woods or a friend daring you to do something risky. That little voice in your head, your gut instinct, was your built-in radar for trouble. As kids, we trusted it. But as adults, we often brush it off, thinking we need logic for everything. Here's the truth. That gut instinct doesn't fade with age, but we tend to ignore it. After 80, listening to your intuition can literally save your life. It might warn you about a scam call pretending to be your bank, a medication that doesn't feel right, or even a slippery spot on the floor. Studies show that older adults who trust their instincts are less likely to fall for fraud or make risky health choices. Example, my friend Susan, who's 82, told me about a time she got a call from someone claiming to be her grandson, asking for money. Something felt off. Her gut was screaming, "This isn't right." Instead of sending money, she called her grandson directly and found out it was a scam. That instinct saved her thousands of dollars. How to practice. Start small. Next time you're unsure about a decision, like whether to trust a new doctor or take a new route home, pause and ask yourself, what's my gut saying? Write down your instincts in a journal and check later to see if they were right. It's like a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it gets. Skill number 2, basic first aid know-how. Think back to your childhood. Maybe you were a Boy Scout or Girl Scout, or you learned how to slap a Band-Aid on a scraped knee after a bike crash. Basic first aid was second nature back then. But as we age, we often forget those simple skills, rely on doctors or 911 for everything. After 80, knowing basic first aid can be a game changer. A small cut can become a big problem if it gets infected, and knowing how to clean and dress a wound can prevent a hospital visit. Or, if you choke on a piece of food, a real risk as we age, knowing the Heimlich maneuver, even on yourself, can be a lifesaver. Example, my Uncle Joe, who's 85, lives alone. One day, he slipped and cut his hand on a glass. Instead of panicking, he remembered his old Boy Scout training. Clean the wound with soap and water, apply pressure to stop the bleeding, and wrap it tightly. He avoided infection and didn't need to rush to the ER. That's the power of first aid. How to practice. Refresh your skills with a free online first aid course from the Red Cross or watch YouTube tutorials on basics like CPR, the Heimlich, and wound care. Keep a simple first aid kit at home, Band-Aids, antiseptic wipes, gauze, and tape. Practice once a month, like bandaging a fake wound on your arm. It's fun and keeps you ready. Skill number 3, staying curious and asking questions. As kids, we were curiosity machines. Why is the sky blue? How do birds fly? We ask questions nonstop. But as adults, we sometimes stop asking, especially about things like our health or finances, because we don't want to seem uninformed. Big mistake. After 80, staying curious can protect you. Asking your doctor, why do I need this medication? Or what are the side effects? Can prevent harmful drug interactions. Asking a financial advisor, is this investment safe? Can safeguard your savings. Curiosity keeps you in control. Example, My neighbor Linda, who's 81, was prescribed a new medication but felt uneasy about it. Instead of just taking it, she asked her doctor to explain why she needed it and what it did. Turns out, it could have interacted badly with another pill she was on. Her question caught the error and saved her from serious side effects. How to practice. Make it a habit to ask at least one question at every doctor's visit or important meeting. Write down your questions beforehand so you don't forget. And don't be shy. Your doctors and advisors work for you. Channel that curious kid you used to be. Skill number 4, knowing how to fall safely. This one might surprise you, but think about it. As kids, we fell all the time, off bikes, out of trees, or just tripping over our own feet. We learned to tuck and roll, or at least how to brace ourselves to avoid serious injury. As we age, we get stiffer and more cautious, but falls become a bigger risk. The CDC says falls are the leading cause of injury for adults over 65. After 80, knowing how to fall safely can prevent broken hips, concussions, or worse. It's not about being reckless. It's about instinctually knowing how to protect yourself if you lose balance. Example. My friend Tom, who's 83, took a tumble while gardening last year. Instead of freezing up, he remembered his childhood days of wrestling with his brothers. He relaxed his body, turned his head to avoid hitting it, and landed on his side. He walked away with just a bruise instead of a broken bone. How to practice. You don't need to start diving onto mats, but you can practice with physical therapists or at a senior fitness class. Learn to roll your shoulder and hip to absorb impact, and practice getting up from the floor safely. Simple balance exercises, like standing on one leg for 10 seconds, also help prevent falls in the first place. Skill number 5, building strong connections. When we were young, making friends was easy. You meet someone at the playground, share a snack, and boom, you were best buddies. As adults, we get busy, and by the time we're in our 80s, we might feel isolated. But those childhood connection skills, being open, kind, and genuine, are vital for a long, healthy life. Research shows that social connections reduce the risk of depression, dementia, and even heart disease in older adults. After 80, having a support network can mean the difference between thriving and just getting by. Friends can help you get to doctor's appointments, cheer you up on tough days, or even call for help if something's wrong. Example. My Aunt Clara, who's 87, lives in the senior community. She started a weekly coffee meetup, just like she used to organize playdates as a kid. That group became her lifeline. When she had a minor stroke, her friends noticed her slurred speech and got her to the hospital fast. Those connections saved her life. How to practice. Reach out to one person this week, a neighbor, an old friend, or even someone at church. Invite them for a walk or a chat over tea. Join a local senior center or book club to meet new people. And don't be afraid to be vulnerable. Share a story or laugh, just like you did as a kid. Well, there you have it. 5 forgotten skills from your youth that can save your life after 80. Listening to your gut, knowing basic first aid, staying curious, falling safely, and building strong connections. These aren't just skills. They're pieces of wisdom you already carry inside you, waiting to be rediscovered. As we age, it's easy to think we need fancy gadgets or complicated plans to stay safe and healthy. But sometimes, the simplest lessons from our childhood are the most powerful. I hope this video has inspired you to tap into that inner kid and bring these skills back to life. Try one of them this week. Maybe jot down a question for your next doctor's visit or call up an old friend. Small steps lead to big changes. If you enjoyed this, please give a thumbs up, share it with someone who needs to hear it, and subscribe for more tips on living your best life in your golden years. Before I go, I'd love to hear from you. What's a skill from your childhood that's helped you as you've aged? Drop in the comments below. I read every single one. Until next time, keep living healthy, keep living wise, and keep shining. See you soon.